Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the County Seat. I'm your host, Chad Booth. I want to throw a few phrases out. Oil shale, shale oil, tar sands, oil sands. You know, a lot of people think this is the same stuff. It's some kind of rock or mineral that has petroleum distillates embedded in it. Well, we are going to focus on one of these three basic categories, oil sands, formerly known as tar sands, in our show today. They are different than oil shale. The process for extracting them is different, and there are new frontiers being discovered on how to make use of this valuable resource. So let's get a little background on what it is and how you get it out of the ground with this report.
We've often heard people say you can't squeeze blood out of a stone. In the case of oil sands, that may not be far-fetched.
We've developed a process where we can extract that very heavy oil from the sand in a very efficient and very clean manner. So we can take that oil out, it gets transported to a refinery and converted into principally motor fuels, diesel, mostly diesel and jet fuel.
We have used this naturally called asphalt on many of our roads and trails. Early on in Uintah County, Main Street of Vernal was paved with asphalt taken right out of an asphalt pit.
Drilling, cutting, examining, and cataloging make up the activities of the day as U.S. Oil Sands explores their lease in the southern portion of Uintah County.
What we're doing today is some resource evaluation work. We're drilling down through all of the bitumen-bearing areas in the subsurface, and the rig drills down in 10-foot sections and pulls core out of the deposit and brings that back up to surface, and then we have a geological crew that will take that, break it into boxes, and then we have a geologist that will evaluate that to determine the bitumen content so that we can do our mine planning and our resource evaluation work.
Uintah County Commissioner Mark Raymond sees the potential in oil sands as a future economic development opportunity for the county.
As industries move forward in developing this resource, we're very supportive because of the impact it can have on our community, the opportunities for growth, and the jobs that it creates.
We know this deposit is here, and we've got a very good idea of the size of it. So when we start extracting the bitumen and turning it into a product that can be converted to motor fuels, that will be a very long-lived operation. We're looking at 20 to 25 years of production life here. So when you start creating jobs around that, those are very long-lived, very stable employment over the long term.
Why are they proposing it again?
While special interest groups in the environmental community would have us believe that oil sands or tar sands extraction will ruin the land and water, the process in Utah is very different in terms of scale and impact.
So the real key differences are that we've found a way to do it that's energy and water efficient and allows us to do it at smaller scales and allows us to do it with a very small environmental footprint. Other misconception that this is a very water-intensive industry, and certainly that's not the case. Again, with our process, we don't create the tailings ponds that you do see at some of the previous mining operations in northern Alberta.
A machine similar to what is used in road surfacing will be used to scrape up the oil and sand material. The project will require opening up a 15-acre swath once the mine is producing. As the project moves forward, the mine tailing sand and the dirt that was removed to make the hole will be replaced and filled in, and the area will be restored to the condition it was prior to the mining operation.
We keep the topsoil separate from all of our other extracted materials. We'll pull that back on top, and we reseed the areas so we get native plant growth regenerating very quickly after we're finished our operation.
Oil sand projects like this one in Uintah County hope to provide a solution to the dependency of the United States on foreign oil and to create economic development for the area. For the County Seat, I'm Dan Pope.
Well, now you have a background on oil sands and the process. We are going to get into the politics of it when we come back on the County Seat. Stay with us. It's going to be good conversation.
There aren't a lot of places in this world where you can feel truly free and wild, where the horizon invites you to set off on adventure. In Tooele County, you'll find just that. Explore the Benson Grist Mill and step back in time. Find yourself on a trek through our canyons. Tooele County. Experience endless horizons.
the State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. SITLA manages 3.5 million acres of Utah lands with the express purpose of furthering the education of Utah students while promoting local industry, oil and gas, even residential development, all at the same time. Through the careful use of trust lands, we distributed more than $22 million to Utah schools last year. The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, building the state's permanent school fund.
Unlimited opportunity for adventure is all about knowing where to look. Get ready to grab the steering wheel and put your pedal to the metal as Millard County Raceway presents Championship Night. Saturday, October 6th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Millard County Fairgrounds in Delta, Utah. Go to MillardCountyRaceway.com for more info. Pick your adventure in Millard County, Utah.